What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate y'all checking me out. So today we got our next versus video, man. We're going to be talking about Madden versus 2K. Both of these juggernaut franchises have a huge fan base. We're going to be touching a few points, comparing which one is the better game. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So for introductions, first up, this game is the king of bullshit. This game is the king of animations, and this is the king for taking features out of the game, then putting it back into a new game and telling us that it's new. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for EA's Madden franchise. Next up, you all know this game for its cheese, for its buy some VC and make your character better, for its I have a 7-foot character, but instead of dunking, my character does a layup. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for 2K Games NBA 2K franchise. All right, y'all. So with introductions out the way, how we're going to be breaking this versus video down, we're going to be breaking it down based off of presentation, gameplay, monetization, and the game as a whole. So we're going to be comparing in those four categories both of these games to see which one is the superior sports game. Let's go ahead and talk the presentation for Madden, because this is something that I really want to talk about. First things, it's not bad, nor is it good. I feel like EA, they just do the bare minimum to get by every year. There's nothing that takes my breath away. I feel like what I see in the game is not an actual representation of what I see on Sundays. The commentary is pretty good. I will say that it's come a long way. The commentary is much better than what it used to be. And part of that is because they update the commentary live throughout the season. Another thing I want to touch on is the game doesn't have any player authenticity. And what I mean by that is you have players doing celebrations that you would never see them doing in real life. They just have it there. They're like placeholder animations. Any player does it. There are no real individuals amongst any of the players in this game. Only a select few players have actual facial recognition. A lot of other players are just random, drawn on faces, it feels like, when I'm looking at it. It doesn't have that NFL feel. The intros, they're all generic, cookie cutter. It's like all the intros are the same across every single team. When you're on the field and you're seeing your players on the sideline, they look like cardboard cutouts. I kid you not, man. The presentation in Madden is bare minimum. They don't try. They don't put any effort into it. So that was one of the main things. That's why I made this one of the topics, because that's something that I did want to discuss. As far as comparing it to 2K's presentation, they are miles behind 2K. So we're going to go ahead and jump into 2K presentation real quick and just kind of show off the game and what it's looking like real quick. So, 2K's presentation, damn, it's good, man. After playing Madden, coming to 2K, it's refreshing. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Everything about 2K's presentation is great. Halftime show, pregame show, anthems, player intros, everything is good. They give you the flyby cams on the outside of the stadium. Everything that you would see on TV as far as presentation wise, you're gonna get in the game. The character models are okay. I've never thought 2K's had the best character models, but they're good. The great thing is most of all the players have facial recognition, so you're always going to get a accurate representation of what that player looks like. The commentary is great. They switch out their broadcasters to keep the conversation between the games dynamic. You don't hear the same two people every single game. Sometimes they'll even have guests joining them on the commentary, which is something that I enjoy. Everything about 2K's presentation is masterfully done. Honestly, there's not many things that they don't do right as far as that. It feels good. It provides a genuine NBA experience, and that's something that I enjoy. You get the crowd goes crazy when the game's tied and it's 1 minute left. You make big free throws. You silence the crowd. Everything that you would want from the feel of an NBA game, 2K has it in their presentation. So next, we're gonna go ahead and jump into some gameplay and see how these two games stack up. Man, okay, Madden gameplay. I don't even know where to start. Let me just say this first, because I love Madden. I really do. I've been playing this game for like 18 years. And the state that it's in, it just seems like it's been getting worse and worse and worse. Okay? The gameplay in Madden is it's fucking horrible. Um to put it that way, the game is animation filled. There is nothing organic about the gameplay in Madden. You can run the same play over and over and over again and have success, whether that's against the computer, whether that's against another player, it doesn't matter. That's just how broken this game is. I feel like 2K5, which is a game that came out 15 plus years ago, is more organic and has better gameplay than Madden 20. Okay, and it'll probably have better gameplay than Madden 21. Hell, I won't even go back that far. You can even go back and play All Pro 2K8, and the gameplay is much more fluid. You can't even throw a simple red zone lob pass in this game. Like the ball trajectory is broken in this game. You have the computer who runs routes better than your wide receivers can run them. They constantly are just taking out little features and adding features back in. In this case, Madden 20, it's the superstar abilities. I can't remember which Madden ago that they had that, but it's already been there. The gameplay is fundamentally broken. I think they need to rebuild this game up from the ground up with the new engine and improve it. The throwing, just being able to throw on the run across the field. It's just all sorts of things. I could go on for days, but I don't want this video to be too long. But in short, I want the Madden players to know that, you know, I'm sorry, but the gameplay is trash. It's nowhere near what it used to be. And it's sad that EA never wants to improve the gameplay. All they say is, yeah, we fixed running, etc. No, you didn't. The AI is trash. Your offensive linemen can't block to save their lives. People just run right past them and they'll stand there. And believe me, I could keep going on. But I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Because I still got to talk about the gameplay in 2K. They got some ugly spots too, but it ain't nowhere near as ugly as Madden. So let's go ahead and jump into 2K's gameplay. So on to 2K's gameplay. 2K has some animations built in there, but it's not to the point where it's Madden. Obviously, my biggest thing about the animations in 2K actually comes down to the dribbling speed and your dribble moves and how fast those are actually implemented in game. And sometimes they're just so quick that you can't even react to. Now, a lot of people, when they defend in 2K, they're going to play off ball because the dribble moves are so bad, and that really takes out one of the biggest elements of a basketball game is on ball defending, because the dribble moves are so fast you can't react, so nobody's going to play on ball. Another thing about 2K is, I don't know if it's just this year, but the dunk animations are super fast. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching NBA jams. Just the way they go up and do them dunk moves super quick. There's no way to block it. There's no way to defend it. You can't foul it. You can't do none of that. So those are two things. Other than that, I feel like the gameplay is solid for the most part. I don't have many gripes. But the main thing about the gameplay when it comes to 2K that I would say probably 70% of the people who play 2K, they play it for the my player. And when it comes to my player and you're going to the park in my player, the number one thing that frustrates me the most when it comes to the gameplay is the latency. I hate the fact that there's different latencies in the rec, in 2v2s, in 3v3s, and then when you go back to play a regular offline game, then it's just normal, and you have to adjust to each mode that you're playing with, playing in, I should say. And I find that the most annoying thing. Like, I should not have to have a different jump shot for every single different game mode that I'm playing. I think that is ridiculous. And you're doing that all because of the latency. And I'm sorry if y'all hear like a little toy going off. It's my dog. Um, she's in action right now, and she's just going to work on one of her little toys. But other than that, the 2K gameplay is fairly fine. I like the sheer amount of customizations, the plays that you can run, everything like that. I think it's fine. I think they need to slow down on the animations a little bit and maybe just slow up the pace of the game. Other than that, that's probably about it when it comes to 2K's gameplay, at least from me. I'm not super critical on the gameplay. I do pay attention to when there is some type of cheese going on in 2K. Like one little quick thing that I would mention is I think they need to make it harder to shoot threes. I think it's extremely easy for anybody to just shoot threes and green light it every single time. I think they should add a little bit of difficulty there, in offline play and in online play, man. That's about it. And I think they need to kind of fix the on-ball defending, but I did say that earlier. So those are like some of the major changes that I would make. Other than that, I feel that 2K's gameplay is actually fairly good for the most part. And yeah, that's about it. So let's go ahead and talk about the monetization of both games. I'm going to go ahead and group both of these up at the same time. So let's go ahead and get to that. All right. So the monetization in both of these games, the force is very strong with both of them. It's an unfortunate thing that our sports games get monetized like this because the developers, specifically in Madden's case, focus on one mode more than the others because that's the mode that makes them the most money. The monetization is coming from Ultimate Team. 2K has its own version of Ultimate Team, but Madden, the buying packs, getting characters, getting players from different eras and times and overalls and whatever, that plays a lot into it. And I say more so Madden because I think it's a detriment to Madden because they focus on Ultimate Team more than they do anything else. If they put as much effort into Ultimate Team as they did everything else in Madden, the game might actually be good. But they don't. And as far as 2K goes, you have your own version of Ultimate Team. However, 2K gets you on another front as well with VC, buying it for your My Player. Like I said earlier, I think that 70% of the player base in 2K is My Player. So most times people are going to buy VC to boost their character. They want VC to buy shoes at the sneaker store, clothes at the clothing store. They do a great job of coming out with limited items to force people to hurry up, buy VC, and get that item before you can't or before everybody else buys it up. And I think it sucks, man, because I don't think there's no place for that in sports games, man. 2K isn't as bad. I think the VC is bad, but as far as their other game modes, 2K actively evolves their other game modes. Unlike Madden, Madden is just Ultimate Team, Ultimate Team, Ultimate Team, and they don't give a damn about anything else. As for me, I don't play Ultimate Team, or I don't really play Ultimate Team in 2K. I think it's dumb. I don't want to have two different versions of the same player on my team, and I've already spent $60. I'm not going to give you guys any more of my money. This is stupid. Buying all these packs is nothing but gambling. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard about the 2K gambling thing when 2K20 was about to come out, and how they had slot machines. There's no place for it. I think it sucks. I think it's a shitty thing to do, but they're there. So that's how I feel about the monetization on these games. Next, we're just going to jump into the games as an overall and give my final opinion, which one is the better game. So let's go ahead and get into that. So as an overall for Madden, honestly, I don't think it's a very good game in general. It's kind of like we're stuck with it. They just renewed the license for another 5 years. So the problem is EA doesn't have any competition to try and get better with. I feel like we're just stuck with it. I continue to buy Madden every year because I'm a football fan. I love football, so therefore I buy the game. And I know me buying the game isn't helping the cause of bad sales, and maybe if they see they have bad sales, they would improve the game. But I get it purely because I'm a football fan, and not much changes. As far as game modes, Madden doesn't have a lot to offer. Their franchise mode, to me, their connected franchise mode, is the best thing they have going. Playing a franchise with 32 other people. Um, I told y'all I don't play Ultimate Team. They have practice in the game, but their practice is watered down. You're just running random plays. They have a very, very watered down My Career mode where you have to play the quarterback position only. There's just not much to the game. There are many features that are lacking. Defensive assignments. I mean, they have them, but they're very limited. I should be able to have full control over my defensive assignments. It's a lot of the little things that Madden just doesn't do correctly, and that's super unfortunate because a lot of the things that I would ask from Madden, it's not hard to do. It's just that they're not doing it. They continuously only focus on one game mode and Ultimate Team, and I feel like that's just left Madden in a bad state. I feel like Madden needs to be reworked from the ground up, new engine, new everything. Um, they had many features that they don't have now. Like they used to have the training camp, and it's unfortunate that they keep continuing to try to bring back old things that were in the older games 10 years ago and try to make them new. And to me, that sucks. But that's just how I feel about Madden as an overall. Let me go ahead and get into 2K real quick, and then we'll wrap this up. So right off the bat, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I think 2K is a better game overall than Madden. You got more modes to choose from. You got your regular franchise. You got Ultimate Team, that trash. You got the My Player. The game is more in depth. Everything that you would expect in the NBA. For the most part, I feel like you have it here in 2K. Madden is missing a lot in those departments, and I'm not going to get into that. But I think 2K is a superior game. Now, the 2K fanatics will argue that 2K20 was a bad game. Some people claim that 2K15 and 16 were the best. 2011 was the best. I don't know. That's up to personal preference. But as a whole, I would say the game is a solid game. The gameplay is good. The My Player, My Career, or whatever you want to call it, is probably the best part. The fact that you can just go and hang out with your friends, go play some 3v3. All of those are great things. And I too think sometimes 2K can get complacent because the lack of competition. I know NBA Live did come back, but sometimes they come back every 2 years, every 3 years, every 1 year. It's not consistent competition, and to be honest, that competition is not even on par with 2K. So 2K knows that it's going to keep its fan base, and they can kind of get away with whatever they want, because same thing like Madden with the alternative. So that's the main thing. There's no competition for either of these two games in their respective genre. I still think 2K is a really good game, far better than Madden. So that's really about it with 2K. And lastly, I'll just give you guys my opinion. What do I play most? Which one do I enjoy most? So let's go ahead and jump into that. So for me, man, I play Madden more. Madden is a far worse game than 2K by almost every category. It's just my enjoyment for football is much more greater than it is basketball. So therefore, I find myself playing Madden more. Not to mention that I'm in a league with, like 32 other people. So, a good part of the year, we're all in that league. For at least 6+ months. So I do find myself playing Madden more, but my enjoyment, I enjoy 2K more than I enjoy Madden, if that makes sense. I like everything about 2K for the most part. All the game modes, the My Player, specifically, that's what I enjoy the most. Madden, I play it because I'm a football fan. I'm a basketball fan as well, but like I said, not as big. I feel like if I didn't enjoy football as much as I do as a sport, then I probably wouldn't even touch Madden, to be honest. But that's just my take. I think 2K is a better game as a whole. I just play Madden more. I want y'all to let me know, which one do y'all play more? Which sport do y'all like more? Which one do y'all think is the better game? Let me know in the comments. And once again, guys, if you did like the video, if you like these type of videos, leave me a like, hit that subscribe button. I got more on the way. I'm sorry this took a little long to come out, but I'm working on another video right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll catch you guys next time. Y'all take care.